All right, so here's the wrap up of the weekend, 2 days of hunts, and I just had such a good time this weekend. It was the best arrowhead hunt I've ever had. Um, and some of these things I'll take pictures of and place in the video. You've probably already seen those pictures by now if you've watched the whole video. So I'm not going to worry too much about doing close-ups and stuff in this wrap up, since GoPros don't really do close-ups very well anyway. So I'm just going to kind of run you through all the stuff we got. My best hunt ever these past 2 days. I'm going to pick you up here. Some of this, not everything I didn't film everything here. I got a little bit of glass here. I found this little broken bottle, a little tiny medicine bottle. That would have been an awesome bottle, but you know what? That'll look really cool in the tube. Got a piece of petrified wood. I got this garfish skull, and it's almost perfectly intact, and no, it doesn't stink or anything. It doesn't have any smell at all. It was out there for a long time. I'm gonna try, it's in such good shape, I'm gonna try to boil it and bleach it and preserve it. I think it'll make a really cool display item. It should clean up pretty well. Got a piece of a tooth here. Got a jawbone with some teeth in it. That's probably coyote or something like that, small mammal. This jawbone here ended up being, that's going to be a beaver jawbone. That was the one that I thought maybe is a human jawbone. Definitely is not. This bone, however, though, the jury is still out on that one. That one's got me scratching my head a little bit. I'm going to do some more research and have a friend that knows a little bit more about bones take a look at that for me. It's 99% an animal bone, but there's some characteristics of it that look kind of human. Obviously, if that turns out to be a human bone or anything, I'll get the authorities involved, and then I'll probably be in a little bit of trouble for picking up a human bone, because you're not supposed to do that, but we'll get to that later. I found some of these. I always get the name of these wrong. I think they're called phosphoritic or phosphorylific. I can't say the word. Phosphorylific nodes. They form inside of shale, or shale forms around it. I'm not sure. Anyway, my buddy kind of collects those, and those were extra big ones. Usually, this is about the size I find of them. And those are huge. There were more, but those were some of the better ones I saw. So I'm going to see if he wants those. And real quick, I thought this was going to be a bopper, because I wasn't sure. It kind of looked like one of these, but didn't at the same time. It had some wear. And I suppose maybe it could have been a bopper, but this isn't good material. I would imagine if you hit a piece of chert with this, it'll start to crumble. But when I got it home, it split down the middle, and you find these all the time. They tend to break right down the middle like that, and you can tell by looking the inside. It's just not the right material to be a bopper in all likelihood. It's just going to be a phosphorylific node. I think that's what those are called. But pretty cool anyway. I'll see if he wants that one as well. Just a couple random stones. I thought this one was funny because it looked like a little teddy bear. It's even got a nose. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got some fossils here. This little rock has got a couple crinoids in it, one here and a smaller one on the back. There's a crinoid. I'm not sure what this is, but it looks like it's some kind of fossil of some sort. And then this piece of coral. I think it's horned coral. The seashell, I have no idea. I don't know. I guess there could, if you're finding coral, you could find a seashell, but since I found it in the creek, I'm going to say it's just washed out from a household or something like that, more than likely. Anyway, I thought it was a cool find. This is one of my favorite finds right here, this bottle. It's a Collins Brothers Medical Company bottle, medicine bottle from St. Louis, and there's not a chip on it. There's a big imperfection there, but it's just a big air bubble. These old bottles tend to have a lot of air bubbles in them. That's one of the better medicine balls I've ever found. Then we got some of these right here. Just some flakes. This is a little flake tool, probably a scraper or cutting tool. Then just some 3 regular flakes. And then the prizes of the weekend. I mean, just look at these. These are amazing. I'm saying that I got 5 this weekend because that legitimately is a point right there. The base is snapped off and so is the tip, but it's fully worked on both sides. There's flaking, and it looks like it would have been a really nice one too. Little tiny bird point. And then you know, I don't know anything about these. So part of the reason I started the YouTube channel was to get help on some of this stuff, you know, because, you know, I learned a lot about metal detecting from having a YouTube channel. People commenting, us sharing information and stuff. So I couldn't find anything about this one definitive. It may be an Adina or a Dawson. I could be totally wrong, but those were the 2 closest I came to, but neither of them seemed like they are found in my area too often by the information I read. I'm in northeastern Oklahoma, so Adinas and Dawsons both didn't necessarily look like they come from that area. And I forgot to look this one up before I filmed the video, but I actually think I have one other that I found like it that's not nearly as nice as this one. I can't remember what it's called though. And then this actually, if this wasn't broken, this probably would have been the best one of the group. I mean, and it's hard to beat these 2 and that little broken bird point, but this is just beautiful. This looks like master craftsmanship, and the material is second to none. I mean, beautiful material. So anyway, and I love this one too. This one right here has got like these little tiger eyes in it, and it's got a lot of character to it. I think whoever had that and made that liked it so much that they just kept reworking it and reworking it and reworking it, and it saw a lot of use. And maybe that's why it looks so crude, because they may have, I mean, it's just so unique. I would have wanted to hang on to it if I made it. So I imagine, and it's worked all the way around. There's very little actual breaking on it, except for maybe right there. There's a spot that looks like it possibly snapped off, but it's flaked all the way around. So I think it was a better looking piece, and they loved it so much they just kept working it and reworking it and reworking it. Anyway, I've rambled enough. Had a great time this weekend. Thanks for watching. Couple more quick things real quick. I forgot to ask. So I've actually, all the arrowheads and pieces of arrowheads I've found, I've never done anything to them. I've never washed them or scrubbed them or anything. I just put them right in the display case. Because I don't know if you're, you know, I'm kind of a coin guy too, and I know you're not really supposed to wash or clean coins. Are you supposed to clean these at all? Is it okay to do it? Because I actually did on this one. It was the first one I've ever cleaned. I scrubbed it down with just warm water and a toothbrush, and it ended up looking really nice. It gave it a nice kind of gloss to it, and it showed off the material underneath all that grit a whole lot better. So I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not. I know that the river can add staining and stuff to them, and I don't know if that's permanent or if it can be washed off and you shouldn't wash it off, the patina kind of. I don't know. Let me know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Also, I was going to ask about this one. This one has got, it's either the tiny little thin as a hairline fracture, basically. It's either a hairline fracture through the middle of this one. I don't even think it'll show up on camera in pictures or on video, but it's all the way around. It's totally around. It's either that or it's some kind of part of the material, but I think it's a crack. It's so tiny, it's almost impossible to see, but it's all the way through. It goes right here, and on the other side, it goes right through here. I've never found one with a fracture, a crack in it like that. Will this break over time just by itself? Does anybody know? Has anybody found those? I'm trying to be really gentle with it. But does anybody know if that will eventually just crack on its own the rest of the way through? Let me know. Thanks.